welcome to.
The Hooligans podcast.
All right, so last week we didn't make an episode. Um, Something came up. I'm pretty sure with Matthew.
Yeah,
He had to What did he do again? I don't even remember.
had to go help out with the band.
Yeah,
So,
he had to go help out with the band. So, but between last week and this week, um, a decent amount of stuff has happened.
mm-hmm.
I've started my spring semester for college, which I was originally taking 4 classes or 12 credits worth of classes, but I ended up dropping a class because all these classes are half the time to do. Like, so it's the full amount of material, but you only have 2 months instead of four to do all the work. So all the classes are very, very fast paced, like expedited. And I'm taking psychology, intro to psychology, a fitness class, but that one's online. It shouldn't be too difficult. It actually starts like after everything else, so I'm not even really doing that right now. That'll be like after these classes end, it'll start. It's like the second half of summer. And I
Yeah.
was taking a statistics class. Spoiler alert, I did end up dropping my statistics class, and I'm also taking an American politics class, which I have a little fun story about that. So, our first class for American politics was last Monday, um, and the professor didn't show up. That was the first time I've had a professor not show up without letting anyone know. And me and like at least 20 other students, I was gonna say kids, but most of them are adults. So I'm not gonna say kids. Um, we're sitting in a room and no one wanted to turn the lights on. So we were all sitting in a dark room and not a single fucking person spoke a word. It was like deafening quiet, dude. It was like you could hear a fucking like a little like cough or squeak. I don't know.
Like a
Like
pin
you
drop.
could hear someone breathe, dude. Like it was that quiet in there. And it was just awkward. I don't know. And I ended up waiting 30 minutes because, benefit of the doubt, maybe shit happens. Um Apparently the reason the professor didn't show up is there was like a scheduling issue and they thought it was on Tuesdays and not Monday and Wednesday. So that's why a lot of people were worried though that they might have gotten into like an accident or something because that professor commutes from Lansing, so that's a pretty
Oh,
decent drive. It's a pretty
yeah, it's a
decent
little bit.
drive, and yeah, it was just awkward. I ended up just playing a couple of games of chess on my phone, and yeah, I guess that was fun. I don't know. I was tired anyway because on Mondays and Wednesdays now I have class noon to 4, and then 6 to 9. So I have 2 hours of downtime, and in that downtime I go to the gym and then I go to the gym for like an hour and a half, and then I have like 15 minutes to chill, and then I go to my next class, obviously. So yeah, and I ended up dropping my statistics class because before the semester I just didn't know the all these classes were 2 months or expedited. I thought they were still like full length, and I
Yeah.
also thought I needed 12 credits in order to still get my financial aid, which is not correct because you just don't get the full extent of it, but you still do get financial aid if you don't have 12 credits. So I didn't know that, but
Hmm.
I ended up figuring it out. And my statistics class on Tuesday, I went in there. It started on Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Um, the teacher is really into it. I don't really know how to explain it. She's just really she's you can just tell she's a very harsh grader, and I mean she takes it seriously. There's nothing wrong with that per se, but it was also very there was okay. I don't know how to say something without like sounding insensitive, but she was like she's South Korean, so she had an accent, and it's kind of hard to tell a lot of the things she was saying because she had an accent that I couldn't fully interpret, I guess. So And that wasn't even the problem. The problem was there was so many different things on the first day, like oh, we got to get this certain type of calculator. We got to read two chapters by next week. There's like this writing assignment we had to do by next week. Um, it just seemed really complicated. There was a lot of things, and that wouldn't be a problem if I was just taking two classes instead of the three. But I also have to read two chapters for my psychology class. Each chapter takes like 2 hours, maybe three. Um, my American politics class, I actually have to read three chapters by next week. That's gonna be fun. I'm sure reading time also takes at least an hour per chapter. And then on top of that, obviously, you have to write notes while reading, right? So you can actually comprehend what you're reading, not
Yeah.
just fucking skim that shit. Because like every professor this semester, they're all taking this shit really serious.
Oh,
Like I can tell that
geez.
each of these classes are going to be difficult if you don't read the book. So I need to read the book, or else I might not do well in the class. But
Might be cooked.
I can handle like maybe I can handle two classes. I just thought three is just too much, dude. Like I would genuinely need to read like 7 chapters every week for the next 2 months. Each chapter being like like 2 hours at like the median. And I also have to comprehend the material and like write it down and study vocab for it. And it was just a lot. So I ended up looking into dropping that class, and it turns out it didn't really affect my financial aid too much for it to really matter. And I'd rather drop a class than be fucking like grueling doing work 24/7. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did you ever have like a time when you were in college? Like, have you ever taken in like a shortened class, like an expedited, fast-paced class, or did you always take full like 4 month classes?
It was always formal classes. Or at least the ones that I was originally set up for was always the long ones that like
Yeah,
had to go through the whole semester. So
yeah, and that's not
yeah.
bad, but
Mm-mm.
like imagine, like for the classes where you'd have to read a textbook, you'd have to just do like double the chapters, I guess, that week. It's just
Yeah.
a lot to do. And this psychology class, though, I'm really like interested in. It is like 8 hours a week of actual lecture, excuse me, lecture in the classroom, and some people might think that's boring, but I'm actually engaged the entire time because I've always been interested in psychology. Before I even wanted to do, or before I decided business, I was thinking psychology. The only thing that really strayed me away from psychology is to even get a decent job in the psychology sphere, you have to at least get a PhD if you want to be like a therapist. But if you want to be, I forgot what it was. There's other jobs in that field using a master's degree, but it's not like the ones I wanted, which was like being a therapist or something along those lines, you know?
W. Yeah.
But yeah, the PhD too also like it would take 12 years or more, maybe 13. For
Yeah.
our professor, he has a PhD and it took him like 13 years. And that's just a lot of college, a lot of debt
Yeah.
to pick up, which, who knows if you actually end up getting all your grades right, getting the
Yeah.
job you want, it's just a lot. It's just a lot.
Hmm.
And also I really don't want to do college for my next like 13 years of life personally.
Yeah.
I just don't really think it's for me. Like I like learning, but dude, like for to even like pass, there's something called a dissertation, and that's something you need to get your doctorate, and you have to make like a over like 100-page experiment basically. Like your own, no, study. That's a better word for it. You have to make your own study, and you have to test your study, and basically just make an experiment for your study, and it has to be like so many pages long, and that's dude, that sounds fucking like terrible, dude. That
Sounds
sounds
hellish.
Like ten pages of anything sounds hellish to me, dude. Like,
Wait, 10 pages
no,
or
a
100?
hundred, a hundred,
Okay,
a
I was about
hundred
to say
plus.
10.
His dissertation was like 120. I don't remember what he said, but there was another thing you do for your master's, and it's basically the dissertation, but your professor helps you majorly in that one, and he had like 150. He did both of his dissertation and I'm gonna look it up real quick for the master's. No, okay, that doesn't even. I don't know. Okay, I don't remember what it was called, but he. It was basically the same as the dissertation, but he had the help of his professor the entire time to help him along the way. So it's like the training wheels, and then the dissertation is you take the training wheels off, and you're expected to know how to do the entire thing on your own.
Hmm.
And the whole dissertation takes like 2 to 3 years on its own. Like
Yeah.
it's a very long term thing. He ended up doing his on, I believe, memory. Um, I don't remember like what about memory, like what he thought would affect memory, but I just remember it was in general about memory. But that's the main reason I didn't want to get into psychology as a major. Honestly, though, just because I'm like just even from this first week of psychology class, I've been so interested that I might make it a minor. I think I might make it my second large area of study and continue learning about psychology. And I also want to take a philosophy class. I like all the sciences about thinking, the critical thinking and theories about
Yeah.
why people do things or why people think about things a certain way or why people do things, you know? So, and it can be beneficial in business. I was looking into it, minoring in psychology and majoring in business management, obviously, is what I'm doing. Um, it's good for like, I don't know, like HR, like human resources, like hiring,
Yeah.
because you know, I mean, you know the psychology aspect, but you also know the management business aspect. So overall, like if I got into business, I always thought HR would be my thing anyway, because obviously I like psychology and then I'm going into business. So those two things kind of, correlate, which would
Yeah.
be nice. And it also does pay pretty decently, especially if it's only from a four-year degree, which is what I'm going for anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of the story with my new college classes. I'm pretty confident in myself and being able to do two classes. If I had to do the third, I definitely would not be confident in myself to be able to balance my time effectively, to read all the chapters and do all the homeworks and everything along those lines. But yeah, I'm glad I dropped the statistics class. It's definitely out of the three, the one that interested me the least. Just examining raw data and figuring out what it means. Like it's just a big
Yeah.
word problem. I don't know. I think politics is a lot more interesting. I'm not particularly like I don't really like politics that much, but overall learning about politics is interesting to learn, I guess, how bills are made and how everything works. Um
Yeah.
like my professor says, like when we actually had her last Wednesday, which was yesterday, she says like we're not going to be going over the history like too much. We're going to actually be learning about politics, like present day politics. So that should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. What I'm not looking forward to though is I guess we have to make a political campaign for ourselves, and I'm not entirely sure if that includes presenting yourself to the class, because anything regarding presentation of either a subject or yourself, I've always just been very bad at. Very bad at. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think I could do it, but I would definitely be really nervous about it. And yeah, honestly, I probably should have taken the speech class or whatever it was, like public speaking class instead of interpersonal communication, because I feel like I did learn a lot of useful things in interpersonal communication, but I feel like the skills of being able to talk to a crowd of people with you being the center of attention is something I struggle at more than interpersonal communication skills, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my classes right now. Something else, I guess, that's going on in the world in the last 2 weeks, I'd say. I learned about it maybe last weekend, actually, is the whole hantavirus thing, like on the cruise ship. I've seen a lot of memes of like Plague Inc. Like they put the Plague Inc. on on I think Argentina, and they went on the ship.
Yeah.
But literally everyone on the ship for the hantavirus, like they had the perfect like space to be to like seclude themselves from the rest of the world because they're literally on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean. And have you seen the video of the guy who was like, like he was just like basically sobbing, like saying that there are people too, and they have families waiting for them at home. Have you seen that
Yeah.
video?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I like I understand like you may want to go home because like he might have not been sick and he has to stay on a ship with a lot of sick people. I think the solution to this would be have a this is something I also heard float around on the internet. It wasn't my own original idea, but like get a second cruise ship to go get the healthy people, right? Because
Yeah.
I don't know what you know about the hantavirus, but I've heard that it takes 8 weeks of incubation before you show symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'd be safe to have the unaffected people on a second cruise ship, so they're still secluded from the rest of the countries they're from, and
Yeah.
wait 8 weeks to see if the virus incubates and makes itself known and they are infected. And
Yeah.
if they are infected, yeah, also over a certain period of time, they would either die or they would fight the virus and win. But at the moment, like why you can't take them and do a hospital that's off the cruise ship, I'm saying, is there is actually no cure for hantavirus. It's been a virus that was primarily transferred between rodents and humans, like through bites and feces, I'm sure, um,
Yeah.
like other, things like that. But now there's a way for humans to pass hantavirus between humans, which makes it extraordinarily more dangerous than if it was from rodents to humans. Because
Yeah.
guess what? Humans are around humans a lot more than rodents are around humans.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's a problem. And I
It's a
don't
little
agree with
bit.
the very the very radical opinion on, oh, they all have a virus that can kill 40% of the population. We should sink the ship and kill them. Like, no, I think that's a very radical idea
I think
to
it's a smart
kill.
one though. We'll never have to deal with this.
I
Like
suppose,
just
but
get it over with, dude.
I also have a heart. Like I think they should be allowed to stay on the ship. Those who die die. Those who live get to go back into society because they fought the virus and survived. You know, like I guess the easy way out would be like the trolley situation. Kill these what odd 300 people, save 40% of millions. I don't billions probably actually, yeah, billions. And I guess you could argue the trolley problem, but I also don't think it's ethical to kill 300 people either. So I personally don't think that's the right way to go. And honestly, it doesn't even matter much anymore because they already let many of them back into the states in their countries that they've originated from. There was a guy who went, I believe, to Finland.
Yeah.
This is before they knew it was the hantavirus, and he hit like when the cruise started. Supposedly this guy got sick and died on the ship. Another person got sick and died on the ship. They did not know it's the hantavirus, and
Hentai
yeah, I
virus.
almost said the hentai virus. Dude, that'd be crazy if it was called the hentai virus.
Yeah.
But so they sent this guy home because he was in critical condition, and I believe it was Finland. It's one of the Nordic countries. It might have been Sweden actually. Sweden or Finland, one of the two. Um, you know, Fact check me. I don't know 100%. I tried looking it up and I couldn't find it. But
Yeah.
one of those countries, either way, he was sent back to his home, and they didn't know it was the hantavirus. So he could have been, well, one, he had to ride a plane to get back home. So, anyone in that plane could have gotten it. And then anyone he was around when he got back to his home country. So the, I don't know who it was, but basically the country had to like trace back everyone he had been in contact with from when he went on the plane to try and make them all like lock down and like social distance from people, not be around anyone. So the virus doesn't continue to spread because if this virus were to become as bad as COVID, um, COVID's mortality rate mostly applied to people with a weak immune system, so
Yeah.
including people who are immunocompromised or like old people, I guess, because they generally have a worse immune system. This virus, it does not matter whether you are old, whether you are young. If you get it, 40% basically flip of a coin if you live or die. So clearly that is a lot worse than COVID because I'm sure
Yeah, you just
I'm
straight
sure you and
fucked.
me have had COVID at one point or another, right?
Oh yeah.
And
Hmm.
we survived. If it was the hantavirus though, likely one of us would be dead right now. Likely one of us would be dead right now
Or
because
both
it's
of us. We
forty
just get
percent
lucky.
mortality rate. Yeah, or we both could have gotten lucky and died to it. But yeah, I believe we should. Honestly, don't care about the sob story. Like, I understand you have family at home. What is so wrong, though, about staying on a ship for 8 weeks and you're getting provided food and stuff from like the crews, like from governments because they don't want you to get off the ship? I don't understand how it's. I mean, I guess you'll miss your family, but also for the greater good of humanity, you have this virus that's never been. Actually, technically, there has been a strain of the virus that has been passed between humans. I heard. Um, I believe it was somewhere in South America. I'm just gonna throw a guess and say Argentina, but it might not have been Argentina, but it was somewhere in South America, and I don't even remember what happened with that. But I do know there was a strain of the virus. I don't remember what it was called exactly that was possible to pass between humans. I don't believe the strain right now is the same strain as the strain back then. However, I
Yeah.
don't really know the difference in the strain, but I do know that if they get back introduced back into society, this virus will spread and potentially mutate in a way to like COVID did, obviously. When we had vaccines, it mutated to go past the vaccine and still infect you. It'll mutate in a way to get even worse than it currently is. So keeping them all on the ship, um, is just the best is just the best answer. Like, I mean, it sucks if you weren't sick and you ended up getting sick because you had to stay on the ship. But also, what if you actually are sick and you just don't know it because there's an 8 week incubation period? So,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, what I what I proposed didn't happen. I guess the governments thought, oh, it's fine to let them come back if they're not sick right now. So there's like people in, I don't know, Texas is the one I can think of right now. In other states have come back from the cruise and supposedly, I'm don't take this with a grain of salt. I've seen like a hantavirus fucking map, dude, and it's like it's going, bro. It's going. Like it's like in the US. It's in the US.
Yay.
Supposedly is what I've seen from the hantavirus map. I don't know if someone made that up, dude, or what, but yeah, this is literally what I saw. I'll show it on screen real quick. This map right here is literally what I've seen on TikTok. But then
Oh.
again, I've seen it on TikTok, so take it with a grain of salt. Not 100% sure if it's true, but luckily it's not in Michigan yet. Woohoo! It doesn't
Yet.
it doesn't fucking matter, dude. If it's in the United States, it will eventually get to Michigan, dude. What we need to do right now as a country is, well, one, the World Cup. Guess what? That ain't happening. We're not having all of fucking Europe over here when the hantavirus is going on.
Need to lock
Number,
the fuck in.
yeah, number one. Number two, as states. we need to fucking like quarantine, dude. Like we can't let other people from other states come through the borders, like state borders. I actually don't even know if that's possible. I don't even know if there is state borders, but if that was possible, that is the solution I would propose. So at least we can lock down as because as a country, we're already fucked. A hantavirus
Hmm.
has entered the country. I mean, obviously, not allowing any more people in from either Canada, Mexico, or Europe, or anywhere else in the country is beneficial. But even better, because there's no current cases in Michigan, we should not allow anyone to come into Michigan, dude, which is
Yeah.
very difficult because I don't think there's like a border to Michigan between like
Not to
Michigan and
mention, there's
Ohio.
also like the planes and shit like that too.
Yeah, dude, and I already know. I'm telling you this right now, Matthew. I know
Hmm.
there's one motherfucker out there with hantavirus and they survived, and they're like, I don't give a fuck. This kills everyone. I am gonna go out into humanity and fucking spread this shit. Because there's people like that who get sick and they're like, oh, I'm sick, so I guess I'll just go and get other people sick. Like, like, dude, it's fucked up. Like, if you're sick, even if it's not the hantavirus, if you have a cold, don't go out in fucking public, dude. Don't go to school. Don't go to college. Don't go to the fucking grocery store. Like, there's options to get food and stuff online, like get it delivered. I mean, it may cost more, but at least you're not fucking spreading the sickness around your fucking town. Like that's a pain in the ass, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my take on the hantavirus. I don't think they should kill everyone on the ship. Even though that is the easiest answer, I don't think it is the correct answer.
I agree.
Okay. And then the only other thing that's really gone on was prom.
Hmm.
Um, Not much to say about it. I went to a barbecue restaurant called Route 23. I ended up getting the fucking brisket smash burger is what it's called, and it was good. It
Sounds
was
good.
good. My first time being there. I enjoyed it. I don't know. The whole like prom dance, whatever. I'm I'm
Yeah.
not a big not a big dance guy, not a big fan of the music. It is how it usually is, I guess. But
Yeah.
overall, it was a fun time,
Same here.
and
Yeah.
overall, I'm also glad. I'm glad we're past it now because, dude, prom is fucking stressful, dude. I don't know. For me, it was stressful. I don't know about for you, but
Yeah. No,
yeah.
I was fine. I me, Summer, Charlotte, and Evan, we all beforehand took photos together, and then we all went to Lucky's Steakhouse over there in West Branch. So pretty freaking good. Then we
Yeah.
went to the dance. So pretty yummy.
Yeah. So, well, that's all that's gone with me in the last 2 weeks. How about you? Is there anything new with you in the last 2 weeks, Matthew?
Well, been still working on my tattoo apprenticeship. Like every week, I mean, every single day, it's just a new drawing I crank out.
Are you
Um,
on coloring right now? Or
I'm
what?
on shading still on
Shading?
shading. Yeah, I
Okay.
haven't been able to work on it as nearly as much because I've been so busy. But
Yeah,
let's
for
see
sure.
here. Um, Biggest highlights over the last couple weeks, positive ones. Let's see here. We had prom, obviously. We already just discussed that. Um, the following week, Ryan, me and what's his name on the fucking Oregon Trail again?
Who?
Or
Fenton?
Orion's name on the
Oh,
Oregon Trail.
Fernando.
Yeah,
Fernando.
Fernando. Yeah, Fernando. Me and Fernando went to That Handsome Devil concert there in Detroit, so that was lovely. Didn't get shot, which is a big surpriser. I'm more surprised about that, honestly.
Why? Is that like
I
a
mean,
common occurrence at concerts to
well,
get
it's
shot?
no, in Detroit,
Oh,
yeah,
Detroit
that or like
specifically.
I'm also surprised they didn't get like some like I don't know fent or something like that, like some like addiction.
What kind of band is that? Like what kind of music do they play? I've never heard of them.
It's indie rock. They and a lot of the stuff they do is like comedy music. It's pretty funny, but it's pretty good. I like it, like stoner kind of music almost.
Okay.
Like a really like somber, not like an upbeat, you know. Still a
Yeah.
lot of it's upbeat, but still. Anyways, went to that. Then I helped out with the band a little bit, and let's see here, the the higher ups for our let's see here. The higher ups for our hospital finally came in after the 2 months of us being
Oh, they
told that they'd
finally
be
came
in.
in.
Yes, they
How did it
came in.
go? How did it go?
Um, I never saw them. Surprisingly, they
I
showed
think
up.
I think they don't exist at this
I,
point, bro.
well, okay, they showed up. Um, when I was on my lunch break and left while I was on my lunch break for that
Oh
day.
my God.
The next day, they were in all day, and I wasn't there that day because I was helping out with the band,
Yeah.
and they were supposedly in today, and it was, I guess it was just one guy, and he just sat in the office all day. He didn't do jack shit, and then he said, "It was nice meeting ya," and then he left.
You know what's funny,
So,
Matthew?
what's
Like,
funny?
do you remember in when we worked at Walmart, like
Yeah,
how they also had something similar, like people would come in and ask questions about stuff? When
yeah,
that happened as well, like they were preparing us for it. That day I don't think I had work, so it was also
yeah,
only one day. It wasn't like a multiple day thing, I'm pretty sure. Or it might
yeah,
have been, but I just wasn't there. So, I mean that's just kind of common to what you were saying, but that's
yeah.
funny. They got you ready for that, and you never even had to really
Not
communicate
once.
with them.
Yeah, but
But
well,
yeah,
let's see here. I to do more of the band stuff. The Our band teacher, she had to go away for a little bit, which I won't get into because I don't feel like it's my place to talk about it too much.
yeah,
But
it's definitely personal.
it's very personal. I can't really talk about it. But she uh she asked me to sub in for the band, and they have a concert next week. So, if Ben and well, actually, we're gonna do a podcast on Tuesday. But anyways, since we're doing it on Tuesday into Thursday, I will be that Thursday. I'll be doing a concert with the high school band there. So I'll be conducting and running the whole band. So
Dude, that's
I
cool. That's
yeah,
cool.
graduate, and they just call me right back in. So
Yeah, put you to work.
basically, except I don't get paid, but whatever.
You
I'm fine
don't?
with that. No.
Dude, you gotta go in as the this. You're basically a substitute teacher, right? Why wouldn't you
No.
get paid?
Well, I filled out a volunteer form is my problem.
Oh, yeah, that's where you went
So,
wrong. You should have filled out I don't know, the substitute teacher form. I don't know what it would be.
well,
But
the problem is that I don't have an associate's degree. You need to have an associate's degree in order to be an actual valid substitute. So,
so you're basically allowed to be a substitute as long as you're not being paid. Unless you have an associate's degree. What?
I guess well, okay. It was more along. I'm working along with a substitute as well. So
Oh.
I have, yeah. There's another substitute working with
Dude, it's
me.
probably gonna be like one of the random fucking old people,
No,
dude, who know
ac-
jack shit about band. And you're gonna.
actually, they got like the perfect substitute for it.
Oh,
You
really?
probably don't know him, but he's Mr. Shaheen. He is
Oh
a
yeah, I know Mr. Shaheen.
yeah. He's
Dude,
a
he's he's
previous
he's sick. He's
yeah.
sick.
He's a previous theater director, and what's it called? He did a little bit of music too, so he kind of
Yeah.
knows what he's talking about. So
He's one. Yeah, he's definitely one of the better options for for that. Dude, I'm just trying to think of some of the substitutes I remember having in Tawas, and some of
yeah,
them are just.
Mr. Adams.
I think Mr. Adams died actually. I think I
No,
remember. I heard about
he's
that
still
now.
alive. He's
But
still
did he
alive.
stop subbing though? Right? Or
I think he
no?
still is.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know where the hell I heard he died. It was probably from one of my little cousins who probably just
Well,
hadn't seen him in a while, and they just told me he died, and they lied to me. That's probably what happened.
during let's see here. I would say like in February he was in the hospital, and I did have to make him food. So,
Oh,
um
really? But he
yeah,
survived because you
yeah,
see,
he
you know he
left.
survived because he was there. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good to
Mhm.
know. I'm glad he's alive. He was always one of my favorite substitutes. I always called him the Jolly Rancher man because he always brought some
So,
candy with him.
such a jolly guy. I love
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, he's great. He also always did Michigan trivia. I remember he would always do fucking Michigan trivia, bro,
Yeah, that
to
was
earn a Jolly
weird.
Rancher. How is it weird?
I don't know. It just kind of like took away from class sometimes. Like I enjoyed like learning, and I enjoy like getting information. And when he's like Michigan trivia guy, like it's learning, but at the same time I want to learn about like I don't know my AP Lit or whatever my math I'm doing. I
Dude,
don't give a shit
I've
about
never
when was the Mackinac Bridge built. I don't fucking care.
I've never had a substitute who's actually like tried teaching the material. Besides
No.
the one you mentioned earlier, Mr. Shaheen, he's probably the
Yeah.
only one. Literally in like my like the times I've had him sub for like weightlifting class, like he wanted to get us in the weight room to actually like do stuff instead of just having a study hour, which is usually what we do when we have a sub, which
Yeah.
I definitely would have rather been in the weight room personally, but I know a lot of people also like having that extra hour for uh let's face it, being on their phone playing watching TikTok because literally no one in there would actually do work for the most
Yeah.
part. But
No, I never did work.
in my study hour, I don't know, I'm calling it study hour, academic seminar class basically. I would do work maybe sometimes, but very rarely. Like maybe for like 15 minutes and I would get done whenever I had to get done. But dude, for the
When I was
most part, high school was a fucking breeze for me. At least my last 2 years, high school was a breeze.
When we were in that academic seminar class our last year, I was never in that fucking class like
Oh yeah,
once.
you
Yeah,
were always in
no.
the library, and I usually came along with you into
Yeah,
the
we just
library.
went straight to frickin' Fernando. Just literally just watched frickin' YouTube all hour.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was great.
some TikTok, some Instagram reels or something. Yeah, for sure.
Remember one time I like passed out and he started like kind of like I don't know playing with like the side of my face or my hand or something like that, and it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah,
He was that.
I do remember. I do remember that.
So he
That
a
was pretty
freak.
funny.
Ugh, I forgot that this candle smelled like crap.
At your concert you went to, was there a mosh pit?
No, it was a little bar band. So there's
Was
like
anyone trying to get one started, bro?
no,
Was
no.
anyone look at me? Let's get fucking hyped. Ah!
I'm gonna fuck
Like
you up.
that's how
Do
you
you know
start a
who you
fucking
are? Do you
mosh
know
pit.
where you are?
Feel the music. I don't know. I've never been part of a mosh pit, bro. Have you ever been part of a mosh pit? I've
No,
only
I've
been to
seen
a
mosh
concert
pits though.
once in my life, dude. I
Fucking, I tell
yeah.
you what, the guy next to me, not Orion, the guy on the right though,
Mhm.
he made me want to start a fucking mosh pit though because
What do you do?
like he was vibing a little too hard to the songs. Like he was like literally like,
Oh, dude, that's called. Oh, what's that called? It's called like, oh, crowd killing. It's called crowd
yeah.
killing when you're like throwing fucking elbows and shit to the
Well,
music, and you just fucking
well
like
he
hit someone.
well no
Oh.
he was like dancing, but his like he was like putting his whole weight into his shoulder and like pushing
Oh.
me while he's doing it. And I'm like,
He was trying to start the mosh pit, bro, because that's what it is.
like
You fucking push each other. That's what the fucking mosh pit is, bro. Is you're just
well,
fucking pushing each other.
it was even worse because there was somebody that was like way in front of us that had to go back to the bathroom. So
Uh-huh.
he like scooched through all of us and was fine. Like that was
Hmm.
fine. But when he tried to go back through, he couldn't because this guy just kept on like doing this and like and you can't hear shit in this concert. And this guy kept on going like, "Hey, hey." And then I literally I for the guy I tapped on his shoulder and the guy like that was dancing. He literally went and he went like he like turned his head and he just looked so pissed. And I'm like, this guy needs to go up there. Get
Uh-huh.
the fuck out of the way. I didn't say that, but I was like,
Yeah.
hey, this guy like needs to go. And he's like, and he just scooched over. I'm like,
Dude, that's
so the fuck
was he?
out.
Did he see him? Did he see the guy who was trying to get past, or no?
I don't know. I don't think he saw him when he was like
Dude, I
dancing.
was just
But
imagining this guy like he saw him and he was like playing fucking like offensive line, bro. Like, he was like scooting over in front of him.
dude, he literally looked like a Discord mod. I tell you what, like
How old did he look?
he like he like had like that big like bald patch in the middle of his head with
Oh
the hair on the
God.
sides,
Oh God.
and he
That's
like literally
bad.
was like, you know, he was like
Did he have a
fat as sh-
little neck beard going too?
Yeah, he did.
Little
Oh
little fedora. Did he have a fedora on too or anything?
no, he didn't. He was bald.
Oh, dude, he was getting into the music, bro. I don't know. He was just feeling it. You got him out of his zone. But yeah,
Yeah.
I was only bringing up the mosh pit because Papa Meat like made a video about mosh pits recently, and it's pretty funny. Some of the shit that happens in mosh pits, dude. Like, dude, I don't know shit about mosh pits.
Yeah.
Apparently though, um, like there's etiquette to like a mosh pit. Like if someone falls down, to help them back up, I guess is like one of the
Somebody falls
etiquettes.
down, you gotta start going like curb stomping their ass.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. It's crazy, but is there anything else I guess that's happened with you the last 2 weeks
Um,
that you want to talk about
no,
anyway?
I don't
Okay.
think so. Not really. No.
Well, to get into the meat and potatoes of what the episode is about, me
After
and
40
Matthew
minutes.
are gonna read some. Yeah, I know, right? After 40 minutes, we were basically
Yay.
yapping for so long. We are going to talk about some "Am I the Asshole" Reddit stories, and
Yeah.
we will decide if they were the asshole or not. And you guys can decide in the comments whether you disagree or agree with our take on who was the asshole in the situation and why. But Matthew, do you want to kick us off with one of these stories?
Sure. Alrighty. For our first one, we got Am I the asshole for letting my brother see me without a underwear? A underwear. I don't know why they said it like that,
A
but yeah.
underwear. Okay.
Um I don't know what are our thoughts immediately, okay? Like before I start reading,
Um,
like do you think they're the asshole?
but they let their brother see them without a underwear, or their brother
Yes.
accidentally seen them without a underwear.
Am I the asshole for letting my brother see me without a underwear?
I'd say it's weird. I don't know if you're an asshole for it. I definitely need context. I really need context. Like, how old's your
Yeah.
brother? How old are you? Like, if you're both like fucking 5 years old or something, you're kids, you're fucking curious, whatever. If you're both like puberty age, you actually understand, human anatomy and, like,
Yeah.
boys get the boner, girls get periods and shit.
That's
Dude,
crazy.
I don't know. Like at that age when you start getting boners and you start getting periods,
hmm
um, that I would start getting a little concerned. I mean, either
I
way, I'm
guess, yeah.
concerned even before then, but I would say
Yeah.
that's more of a not your fault, more of a parenting fault because they haven't taught you that to not do that yet. So,
Okay.
but
Well,
I'd say it's weird. I don't know if it's an asshole. I guess we'll see though. How about
yeah.
you? What do you think? Just based on the fucking title.
I have no idea. Like I literally can't even with this one yet. Like I have to have context. Like no way. So
Okay.
for to get started, I do have to say this is a 2 year old or two or not 2 year. This is not a 2 year old.
Oh,
This
thank
was made
God.
2 years ago. This was
Okay.
made 2 years ago.
Okay.
Says so I was putting my clothes on after a shower, right? And they what this person does not know English. So I was putting my clothes on. Oh, so I was putting my clothes on after a shower, right? And
Hmm.
then my stepmom, 37, half brother, 7, can't wait to
Okay.
go into the room. Uh, I was changing I was, oh my god, can't wait to go in the room I was changing clothes in. And they decided
Why?
that looking in the crack of the door was a good idea. The door cannot close all the way because we have a carpet on the floor.
Okay,
If
fair
you know
enough.
someone is changing in a room, you can imagine that they are naked, right? So, when
Yeah,
she looked into the crack, she surprisingly saw me with no underwear on.
with a
This
underwear
girl
on.
started to scream on the top of her lungs about why
Oh
am I not
shit.
wearing underwear, and walked around the house naked. I was in my, or I was in my half brother's room. This person's yelling.
What?
I can't read. or this person doesn't know how to really write it properly. So,
Dude, they must
and
be like young or not English as
it
their
looks
first
like it.
language.
I think it says their age at the end of it. So,
Okay.
and it
Why is
says
she in her half brother's room though, changing? I
no
thought she was in the
idea.
bathroom. Didn't it say she's in the bathroom in the in this beginning?
Wait, I wait. Am I not wearing my underwear? And I was, or she was screaming her lungs about why am I not wearing my underwear around the house. I was in my I was in my and my wait. I was in my half brother's room. Does that sound right? I don't know.
In my and my half brother's room. So they shared a room. They
I was
shared a room.
in my half. Oh, okay, yep.
Yeah, they share a room.
And how my half brother could see me naked. So started giving me a lesson on underwear and how she showers with it on, with underwear on, and
Her,
how
her
the first
mom
thing I
does?
need to do
Her
is,
stepmom does?
I guess so.
What a freak, bro.
and how the first thing I need to do is put my underwear on in the shower with it.
Dude, none of this is making sense.
What?
She wasn't even in the bathroom. She was in her half brother's room,
I guess so.
not the shower. Was she getting? Oh
She
wait, was she getting ready to get in the shower? Maybe.
maybe.
That's
Wait,
the only
I was
thing I
putting
can
on my
think of.
showers after a shower. She was putting on her clothes after a shower. So she was getting ready. She was getting dressed. So maybe,
Oh,
but she had to get
wait. Why
to
wouldn't you get
her. She
dressed
would
in
have to
the?
get to her room first.
Why wouldn't you get dressed in the bathroom?
I don't know.
I always get dressed in the bathroom. I know people who like go in their rooms to change though, but I've always
Yeah.
I've always how about you, Matthew? Like do you change in the bathroom or do you go back to your room to put clothes on? Like do you wear a towel out of the bathroom or what?
Well, okay. So in my case, my bathroom is like literally like 10 feet from my room. Like it's not that far
Okay.
at all.
Yeah, fair
But
enough.
I don't know. Maybe like depending on like the room layout, like
Yeah.
that'd be a little bit more excusable. But I don't know about this one. Personally, like I'll just like I always bring at least an extra pair of underwear into the bathroom.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, so
never
you're not
leave the
walking out
bath.
naked. Yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
even with a towel on, I don't care. Like still, I put the towel on my hair because my hair is long. But um, and let's see here. She only saw my back and I had a top on. Am I the
Oh my
asshole?
gosh. I just
Am
made
I the asshole? I am 13 and this just happened to me. First of all,
okay, no
you're 13
wonder.
year old. Why
I
are you
believe
on
it
Reddit?
now. I
Yeah.
believe this is real because the fucking vocab dude of a 13-year-old sounds like that.
Yeah.
But I just made a realization. The whole like shower underwear thing, I don't think it's actually being in the shower with underwear. I think it's like what you said, like bringing at least underwear in the
Oh, yeah.
shower.
Yep. At least bring that into the room with you.
Um, so me personally, I don't think they're the asshole.
Mm-mm.
Mostly because like they didn't intentionally reveal themselves to their brother. I'm assuming they didn't walk naked either. I'm assuming they wore a towel, and they never stated what was so urgent for them to go in the room, the stepmother and the little kid. But
And
if
not to
you
mention, it
know
wasn't even like them like urgently going into the room. It was like them
they're
peeking through the
peeking,
door. Yeah, that's
yeah,
weird.
that's fucking weird as shit, dude. And yeah, it just doesn't really add up. A lot of it just doesn't really add up to me. And like if they were urgently going in the like had to go in the room and they knew you were in there, I don't know, stay you're getting changed. Say you're
Yeah.
getting
Like
changed.
fuck off. I'm in
Yeah,
here.
dude. But also, yeah, like you said, I don't think she's the asshole at all. I think it's their fault for peeking in the crack of the door.
Yeah, especially a 13-year-old. Like I mean, like,
Yeah, they're also 13 years old, dude. Like at that age,
yeah.
you know. But I think the mom really overreacted.
Like
I
going
do
around the
think
house.
I do
That's
think
fuck.
it's a good idea to wear underwear when you get out of the shower, but me personally, I've always just changed in the shower. Like I just bring my clothes into the shower, and when I just get out, I have everything I need in the shower, like in the bathroom, so I can just dry off, get dressed, brush my teeth, everything. So
Yeah.
I've always been someone who's just done that. So I guess that could also fix this issue. But also if you have like a really small bathroom, I can understand. Or if your bathroom's close in your case, why you would just want to go do it in your room.
Yeah.
But overall, I don't think I don't think they're an asshole for this. I mean, it just it just happened, and it wouldn't have happened if your little brother and stepmother didn't peek through the crack of the door.
Yeah, I think so
They
too.
could have waited. They could have fucking waited, dude. And also, why would they creep in? Like, they must have known you were changing, because why else would they just creep in and spy on you? You know? I mean, it's weird, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I
Alrighty.
always say, I always, like, if I know someone's in there, I always knock and, like, just to make sure, like,
Yeah,
I'm,
like even
it's,
if
like, good to
there's like a
go.
light on, but like nobody responds, like it's still better to just knock. Like even
Yeah,
if just the
this is
door's closed and
privacy.
the light's off or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. So what do you think? Do you think this 13-year-old's an asshole for her
Definitely not.
brother seeing her with no A underwear on?
Yeah, that's her fault. Not her fault. That's his fault.
Yeah, that's his fault, and he's also 7 or whatever. So
Yeah. So,
whatever, dude. I don't think he fucking like freaked out too much if he's 7 years old. You know, maybe he did though. I don't know what age you have to be.
yeah.
All right, so we both agree on
Mm-hmm.
them not being the asshole.
Yeah.
So I'll go next. I got one on here. So all right, Matthew, let me know if you think they're the asshole just off the title. Am I the asshole for looking at my friend's vagina? And in under it, it says not the asshole, just the vagina. So if that changes anything for you,
You know, I I don't think so. I don't think they are.
I think it really depends on context
I
as
think so
well.
too.
Because if you're creeping on your friend, yeah, it's weird. Like, are you both girls? I mean, that's a big thing. If you're like a boy creeping on a girl, you know, that's pretty perverted. I mean, let's just dive into it because we don't know. I would say yes though off of the title. I think I would say yes off of just the title, but let's get into the actual what happened.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so they're a lesbian. All right, that's some information. So I think we know they're a girl now. So they are a lesbian. Here, I'll
Mm-hmm.
just read it how it's typed because it's in the first person. Just know I'm not saying I'm a lesbian. Okay. I'm a
Fair.
lesbian and have been out since I was a teenager. I'm now 26. This has been mostly fine except for one friend. We'll call her Julia. She always makes snide comments about not wanting to be near her when we discuss girl stuff. I usually ignore it. Anyway, because lockdown has eased where I am, me and a few others decided to go to my friend Sasha's pool for a party. We were all getting changed in Sasha's bedroom. Dude, I also think this is weird. I think it's weird how girls just fucking change together or like go to the bathroom together. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe that's a guy thing though, because I would never do that. I would never do that. I would
Yeah.
never do that. But okay, they're all getting changed in Sasha's room when I notice a big black furry thing out of the. Oh my god, this is getting spicy, bro. I notice a big black furry thing out of the corner of my eye, quite literally assuming it was a cat. I turn to look. Nope, it's just Julia's pubes sticking out of her bikini bottom. I go over to her and subtly communicate that her little literal vagina is hanging out of her bikini. I whisper, "Your pubes are out." And she spins around and calls me a pervert. Not knowing how to react, I just stand there in shock as she berates me for looking at her vagina. I decide that you shouldn't argue with stupid. That's very true. So
Mm-hmm.
laughed and went out to enjoy the party. A few minutes later, Sasha comes out to ask me what happened. I explain the situation with Julia, to which she rolls her eyes and tells me not to worry. The rest of the night was awesome. However, I'm getting texts from my friends telling me not to try and turn other people lesbians. Okay, and that I'm a pervert. So Reddit, am I the asshole for telling Julia that her vag was hanging out? No. What?
No, not even a little bit.
Dude, just because you're like let's say the situation for guys, like if there's a gay guy and I don't actually know when a guy like say a guy is wearing a fucking speedo, I guess, because that's the closest thing to a bikini, and you're for
Yeah.
some reason changing in the same room. If he sees your like fucking balls hanging out of the fucking thing, bro, and you don't notice, and they're like, bro, your balls are hanging out of your speedo. Does
Whoa,
that mean
bro.
you're, bro? Don't turn me gay, bro. Don't
What
turn
are
me
you
gay with
doing?
your gay powers. Your my balls. Were you trying to suck my dick? Like like they're assuming like you're making a move by seeing that. Like
Yes.
she's not the asshole because she saw her pubes hanging out of the bikini and told her about it. Like
Yeah.
I'd say she's a decent person because she saved them from embarrassing themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
How about you,
I
Matthew? What's your
I
take?
honestly, I don't think that they are the asshole. Like, there's in no way you're just looking out for a dude, man. Like, that's no reason to get like pissed off at somebody. Like, you're just trying to help out, you know?
Yeah. And they thought they were turning her gay or lesbian. Like that doesn't even make sense. Like I could understand them making that claim if they made a comment about it. Like made a comment about it in a sexual manner. Otherwise, not really.
Yeah.
All right, Matthew. Oh yeah, that was 6 years ago, by the way.
Oh
All
damn,
right, Matthew. You got your next one on there?
I do. This one is a bit of an essay, so might be here for a second. Okay.
I like longer ones anyway.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Very good. So this one was 9 days ago. Okay, so this one's fresh. Okay, it's still stinking it up. Still stinking it up. Am I the a
Okay.
hole for breaking up with my boyfriend for making out with me?
Okay, let's go off the title. Yes.
Yes, you
You
are.
are the fucking
You are
asshole.
the asshole. Um, I don't know. You just are. I just feels right. Um, well, we'll find out more in a second.
Yeah, we'll
All
figure
right.
we'll find out.
All right. So this is how it goes. So, some background. I, 21 female, never had met a boyfriend in school. No one ever offered or looked at me in the light, which was depressing as heck, concerning everyone else in my class and friend had. 2 years after school, and I am turning 21 with still no dating experience. At this point, I questioning myself and if I needed to change anything, or yeah, if I needed to change anything because apparently I wasn't doing something right. Then, a local festival, I met my ex, 23 male, let's call him N. We were
Mm.
introduced by a mutual friend who had mentioned him before me. We talked for an hour, hit it off, and went on our first date soon. He also had never had any dating experience before, so it felt like we were on equal ground. We kept seeing reach, talked every day. He called me every night when he left on a wait, yeah. He called me every night when he left on a trip, even bought me some souvenirs from it. After
Okay.
almost 4 months of dating, I decided to introduce him to my family. My birthday was coming up, and I wanted him to be at the annual dinner we had to
I
celebrate
see
it.
where this is going. I see where this is going. He
Yeah.
maked out with her at the dinner. That is weird. That
Yeah,
is
and his
weird, I will
family
say.
watched. Like, I mean,
Hmm.
that's kind of weird, man.
Yeah.
Which usually, all my family, including grandparents, are there. A week or two before I invited him to the regular family dinner, a week or two before I invited him to the regular family dinner so he could at least meet my parents and siblings first. It went well. My parents found him nice and respectful, and they approved. Well, my birthday rolls around and he comes to dinner. It goes great. My grandparents enjoy talking to him and we have fun. Later, I walk him out to his car and I walked him, Later, I walk him out to his car and we talk. Eventually, he kissed me. Not our first kiss, by the way. I kissed him back.
Yeah.
And then, and then comes the tongue. I froze a bit. Brain just frazzled as I sheepishly go along. Early on in the relationship, I told him I wasn't comfortable with making out yet alone, doing the tango, as I personally want to wait till marriage and making out can lead there. Plus, I had only known him for a few months. When we finished, he apologized and said he got caught up in the moment. I smiled, said it was fine, and went back to the house after he left. I sat in the bathroom for an hour, just staring at the shower until my mom. I still live at home. Sue me, it's cheaper. Knocked and asked why it was taking so long. Then she saw the look on my face and asked what was wrong, and I told her what happened. We hugged and talked, and I asked her to talk to my dad about it. I was about to get a mail, or as I wanted to a. Oh, God damn it! I'm really bad at speaking. As I wanted a male perspective on this situation. What happened on Sunday through the week, I talked to multiple people, parents, siblings, and friends about what happened, and everyone came back with the same conclusion: to break it off with him. I felt dirty, and honestly, I had been questioning if I truly loved him or not for weeks before this. His future didn't align with what I wanted. When we kissed, there was no butterflies, no fireworks, just lips, and a brain that couldn't understand why my body wasn't responding to what I had been told would happen when you kiss someone you love. On Saturday, I called him. I called him and broke up with him. I cried and sat and watched Ponyo with my sister afterwards.
That's
9 months later, I'm single, going on my first overseas trip soon and enjoying life without N. While I am mostly at peace with my decision, there is still a tiny part of me that thinks I was a asshole. So I have come to Reddit and to the queen, or wait. So I have come to Reddit and to the queen and best judge of Reddit, our lovely Charlotte, which is the Charlotte Dobre YouTube. Am I the
Who the
asshole?
fuck is
Reddit.
that?
I don't know who this is.
Who is
Are for
Okay.
final opinions. So, do we think she's the asshole?
Um, I don't think she even broke up with him over the kiss. I think she broke up with him because she made the realization she didn't love him, which might have came from the kiss, but
Yeah,
I think the
realizing.
real reason wasn't the kiss, it was the realization.
I agree.
Um, if it was just the kiss though, yes, but it was more than the kiss. So I would say no.
Yeah, I
I
don't
do
think
think
she's
it's
the
weird.
asshole.
I do think it's weird that you would get so offended from making out, but I don't think you're the asshole for breaking up with someone because you don't love them. You know, it's
Yeah.
reasonable. It's reasonable.
Um, let's see here. They do have an edit. They have a little extra thing that they said. Um,
Okay.
they said just for more details and such. I set the boundaries in the first week of August last year, which he agreed to. The kiss then happened at the end of the month. My parents were pushing a bit to meet him, and I had already met his. I didn't go to my friend group or besties. I went to my parents, the friend who set us up, who was actually not surprised by his actions, and two friends that are already married. They are 9 and 10 years older than me. So that's a little bit of that. Um, they also have another edit, and they say, edit too, because I am so fucking tired of seeing this. Okay.
Okay.
Just because I set boundaries just because I set boundaries of no making out doesn't mean I am some Victorian woman trying to cover my ankles, or that I am an ultra religious nut. Religion wasn't even mentioned in this at all. I wasn't comfortable with it at the point of the time. Hint on why it was my first relationship. Also, why? Uh, also, just because I had the boundary doesn't mean I want no physical contact at all. Like, what the fuck? Where are y'all getting that from?
Um, okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, I didn't think she was like some Victorian
Yeah.
like
No,
nun.
I think what she did was completely reasonable. I mean, like,
Like if you're not comfortable with that,
yeah,
fair
yeah,
enough.
good for you, man.
I will say like since it was the first time he did it and like he might have known the boundary. I do understand like he might have been like in the moment, but if it's the first time he did it, I think you should probably forgive him. But like if he like continues to do something you're not comfortable with, and it wasn't like on purpose,
Yeah,
especially, then yeah, but she didn't break up with him over the kiss, as it's like seeming like she broke up with him really because she realized she didn't love him anymore, and she made that realization when they kissed. But I think it's okay to set boundaries and not be comfortable with making out. Especially, it sounded like they were only together for a month as well.
yeah.
But yeah, for sure.
Well, they were together for like 3 or 4. It said like that.
Okay, well, it's still not a long time.
Yeah,
So,
it takes time.
but I don't think she was the asshole. I don't think either of them were an asshole, to be honest. I
Hmm.
think it's just a relationship and it ended and it's fine. You know?
Yeah,
What do you think? Yeah, it was wrong for him to do that, but I also I don't think he did it on purpose either. Like I don't think he had
yeah.
malicious
I
intent
don't think he
behind
was
it
trying to
or
like
anything.
openly like destroy the relationship. Like, he just, I don't know. I feel like it was. I feel like he should have gone along with her boundaries and should have, yeah, not
Oh,
try to
for
push him
sure,
like
yeah.
that. But at the same time, I feel like it was exaggerated just a little bit. So,
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. All right, so the one I got here is it's pretty interesting. I picked it out because it sounded pretty funny. Am I the asshole for shitting on my girlfriend's family's floor?
uh, from first sound of it, um, I want to say yeah. I
Me
I
too.
do. Yeah, like you. Yeah. I don't think you should be shitting on anybody's floor.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. So, all right, let's get into this. I also would say they're the asshole based on the title, by the way. And I don't know how I'm going to be convinced that they are not the asshole, but I guess we'll see. Throwaway for obvious reasons. The the title sounds pretty ridiculous, but as I will explain, it can happen. Matthew, has this ever happened to you? Is this like a common occurrence?
I want to say not recently.
Not in recent times.
No.
I've never even heard of this happening to someone, dude.
Yeah, no.
I don't think this is something that can just happen. Like, oh, I just accidentally shat on
It's
my
just one of
girlfriend's
those
family's floor.
days.
Yeah, it's just one of those days, dude. Like, my prediction before I even get into it is he shit on the floor because maybe the toilet wasn't working. But dude, literally go shit in the woods or something. But to get to continue,
I wait,
essentially
actually, I think it was a power play, like, oh,
a
her,
power play.
yeah, like her parents are being assholes, like, oh, I'm gonna shit on your floor now. Like, yeah, you know what I mean?
I see what you're getting at. I
Yeah.
see what you're getting at.
Anyways, go ahead
Yeah,
now.
like
Sorry about
if
that.
for us, then it's just still petty though. Like, oh, I'm a shit on your floor because you're being the asshole first. But essentially, 32 male, went to my girlfriend's 27 female house for a date. I hadn't seen her for a while as I was working across the country on a project. So naturally, I was quite excited to see her. I'm very friendly with her family and was delighted to see that her family, who's a chef, had cooked a delicious looking meal. And I was getting reacquainted with them. As I said, I hadn't seen my girlfriend in almost 2 months, or in 2 months. It was a wonderful occasion. This guy does not know how to use periods, by the way. There's like comma splice. Holy crap, bro. It was a one like I need a fucking breather, dude. Holy. It was a wonderful occasion and we were talking. I will admit I had a few drinks and the atmosphere was pretty good. And there was great music. Great vibes all around. I was eating from this delicious, freshly cooked banquet, and her cousins started to arrive. I was delighted to meet them. As I said, I am very good friends with the extended family, and we really started hitting it off. I had a few more drinks, and I will admit, I was starting to feel a little bit nauseous and tired. Although I had just came off of a 8-hour flight, so I chalked it down to that. I will note at this point that I suffer from IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and I
Mm.
take medication for it. I feel the need to go to the bathroom to relieve myself so I go. I sit down on the toilet, open my phone and start browsing the internet. And I realize the best part. What the fuck is going on? I realize the best part of a very large excrement. Then suddenly, I lose my positioning and I slip to the side. But I regain my posture. I wipe my private area and think nothing more of it. So his shit was so big, dude, and he got very excited. So he did this. So he as I mentioned, I'm quite dizzy. I was my hands and head back. I wash my hands and head back out the party. We are talking, chilling, and there's all around great vibes. When my girlfriend, oh shit, I almost read girlfriend cousin. When my girlfriend's cousin, let's call him Chuck, comes out to the kitchen and whispers something to my uncle, he walks out, and I hear a loud, "What the fuck?" We all sort of walk out, and I look in the door and see a disgusting drizzle of crap all over the side door of the toilet, and it looks disgusting. My girlfriend's father walks out and also says, "What the fuck?" And I'm nervous. I say to him, "I think I saw Tucker looking a bit sick."
What?
One of his girlfriend's cousins. He's trying to like fucking like say it was Tucker who shit or something.
Trying to blame that shit on somebody else.
Yeah, on her cousin. Um, but then just in my horrible luck, Tucker. I don't even know why they have to tell me it's a fake name. Obviously, I know it's a fake name. I don't like what comes out and says, "What the fuck? Are you serious?" At this point, I'm shitting bricks. Thankfully, not literally. Dude, these fucking like little excerpts he's adding, dude, is so unnecessary. It's
Yeah.
stupid. And I am looking for any way out of the situation. There is like 78 people at the party, but most of them have arrived quite recently, and I am the only one who is known to have gone to the bathroom. My girlfriend's mother starts crying. Dude, that's crazy. Just there already. That's crazy that she's crying over someone who shit on the fucking. I don't. It depends how bad it is, I guess. But and I feel
Yeah.
awful. Basically, the whole atmosphere is ruined. My girlfriend's dad goes in to clean it up with the aid of her brother, and I walk back to the kitchen. But there's this very edgy vibe for the rest of the evening, and I feel like my girlfriend might suspect something. What what does TLDR mean? Well, TLDR,
Um.
um, shitted on my girlfriend's floor, and was, like, and or basically, I think it means basically he shit on his girlfriend's floor and was too embarrassed to own up for it. I think TLDR is just like the shortened version.
Yeah.
Um, I would say they're the asshole.
Yeah.
What? I don't understand how this even happened. It says he and I released the best part of a very oh what? So he was taking a shit and he lost his positioning and slipped. Okay, I thought it was like he was excited. He worded that so weirdly. So I guess he was right as he was about to like slide the shit out. He did this. He turned over and it like fucking
Just
shat out the wall. Dog,
projectile shit.
how the fuck did he not realize it? Like I understand you're drunk, bro, but like come on. Also, how does that even happen? I mean, I guess he's drunk, so maybe then, but if you're not drunk, how do you lose your balance on the toilet, bro? It's not like you're fucking
No
like
idea.
wobbling around, bro. And I would say he's the asshole, personally, because I mean, you should have cleaned it up. You should have owned up to it. I understand you have like some bowel syndrome or whatever, but you were
Yeah.
on the toilet. Like you fucking made it to your destination, dude. It's not like you were on the way to the bathroom and you shit your pants. You were on the toilet and you lost your balance. And at that exact moment, you fucking pushed, dude. You fucking pushed and got the shit out. So I'd say he's the asshole
Yeah.
for that. How about you, Matthew? What would you say?
He's the asshole. Just should have like literally just you're already on the toilet. Just keep on shitting in the toilet, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, dude.
What are other people saying, I guess?
Um, so someone else says, "Yeah, you're the asshole. You failed to clean up after yourself and try to blame it on someone else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, you're the asshole. You got so drunk that you shat all over the floor and you didn't clean up. Okay, you're the asshole. Someone else who has IBS. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, literally, it's like everyone. I want to see someone say they're not the asshole. Everyone I've seen has said you're the asshole, though. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, literally everyone is saying they're the asshole. That's like the common consensus.
Yeah. They be asshole, man.
I could believe this one's fake, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Like.
I found it.
Oh.
I found it. So someone said they're not the asshole, and their reason was kind of funny, lol.
Yeah.
And then someone also said not not the asshole. If I shit all over the walls, I wouldn't be telling anyone either. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're the asshole still.
Yeah. I think they should have cleaned it up. Like, what the fuck?
All right. So, Matthew, do you have dude, there's some crazy shit on here. I'm looking at some other ones. Do you
Literally
have
shit.
another one you got on here? Yeah, literal
Um.
some floor shit, dude.
I do. I didn't really read this one too much, but and it didn't really like it's not really interesting looking, but it says, "Am I the a-hole? Advice needed desperately." Okay? We're going to be giving them some advice. Do we think they're the asshole just based off of this?
Wait,
I
what was
think
it?
they said, "Am I the asshole? I need advice desperately." Like that's all
Am I
they
the
haven't
asshole? I need advice desperately. Yes,
that's all it
I
is.
think they're the asshole, dude.
Yeah, like why you coming to us?
Yeah,
Like
why are you
figure it out
coming to
yourself,
some
dude.
random ass people on the internet for advice, dude? Like
Dude,
that's the
yeah,
worst fucking
figure out your
place.
own problems.
Yeah, fucking grow a pair and figure it out. You are the
All right.
asshole. You're the asshole for coming to Reddit.
Yeah.
All
So,
right.
so timeline wise, we got it is 8 months ago as when I was made. Bit of context. Me and my wife have been together for 15 years, and in the beginning it was okay, but not great, but okay. We have children together, but due to circumstances I'm not getting into here. We're not living, or they're not living with us. We both have mental health issues, and that's not the issue. Lately, she has been having digs at me for past faults. I must add the person doesn't exist anymore due to me being on medication. Wait, what? I must
What?
add the
What?
person doesn't exist anymore.
Who Clyde, dude? Their fucking schizophrenic friend? Like who doesn't exist
Maybe?
anymore because you're on medication?
When we met, I had undiagnosed PTSD and EUPD. She's complaining that I'm not the same person I used to be despite the person not existing anymore. Oh, okay. That's what she's
That makes
saying
more
is that
sense.
that he's
He's
changed.
changed, yes.
He or she, I don't know what they are right now.
Okay.
Uh, thought I should add a little more information. Not now that she's not walking into the room as I'm posting this. I have spoken on her, or I have spoken to her about the issues I have mentioned amongst many others, uh, but all I get is it's not like that.
What issues? Like, please
I
be
don't
more
know.
specific, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
I've spoken to her on issues
don't
about what I
know.
have mentioned. Okay. My wife doesn't have my wife doesn't like having friends, and by extension means I can't have friends.
That doesn't
One
even
of my
make sense.
yeah, it
She's the
doesn't like
asshole. She's the
yeah,
asshole. You can't have friends. You're the asshole. Also, why wouldn't you want friends? Like what?
friends are dope, especially when you have PTSD and EUPD, whatever that.
Yeah, dude.
Wait, what
She
is
sounds.
EUPD?
I don't even know. I thought he would have. I thought he would have like elaborated on the thing, but um, yeah, no, she's the asshole for not letting him have friends. Like
Uh,
what?
emotionally unstable personality disorder. So
Oh, what?
they have a really a bad or they are really bad emotionally. Like they are completely emotionally unstable. Alrighty. So my wife doesn't like having friends, and by extension, that means I can't have friends. One of my friends from before I met my wife, I haven't spoken to in years due to them not getting along. I haven't made any friends, male or female, especially female. I mean that you didn't need to add that. We haven't made any friends since we got together. My family doesn't speak to me due to my elder sister sexually abusing me and
Damn.
and or wait
That's probably where the
and
PTSD came
me
from,
speaking
dude.
up about it and to agree and to a degree that's okay.
Hey, wait, his family doesn't talk to him because he spoke up about his sister sexually abusing him? Is that what it
Wait,
said?
yeah, my family doesn't speak to me due to my
What?
elder sister sexually abusing me and not and me speaking up about it and to agree that's okay. So maybe
What a
he's okay
shit
with not
family,
talking.
dude.
Yeah,
What
that's
a
fucked.
shit fucking family. Dude,
They weren't
what?
supportive before, so I wouldn't expect them to after. She has a son from her previous relationship. He doesn't. He does nothing but use me for whatever he wants.
Do we know how old anyone is? Like the son or
No,
him or his
I
wife?
mean their relationship's been going for 15 years. I mean,
So must be like if it was fresh out of high school, they at least got to be in their 30s. At least like mid 30s is my guess.
yeah. That could be all right. She has a son from her previous relationship. He does nothing but use me for whatever he wants. That could be money, or as far, or as of late, putting furniture together and fixing his gaming PC. I feel like there's no way out of the relationship, but what do I do, and could I possibly explain as I'm at a loss?
Is that the end?
Yeah. So this doesn't even feel like an "Am I the asshole" story at this
It's
point. This
more
just feels like a
it's just him trying to ask for help to how to get out. Um yeah, no, that's a pretty fucked up situation. Um I don't know. That's hard. Like I don't know. I do think he should leave her though, for sure. She
definitely yeah.
doesn't seem like a she seems very like manipulative, controlling, narcissistic, and like she controls his life,
Yeah,
and he needs to get his life back in his control. Like you can make sacrifices for a relationship, but there's an extent, you know. Like you sometimes have to put yourself first, you know, and he has some problems and he should go get those sorted out before
absolutely.
before doing whatever his girlfriend's wishes are. I don't know. Or his wife, sorry. But also, I think it's so fucked up his family doesn't talk to him. Like what I'm assuming happened is he actually went and told like maybe like the cops, like maybe they didn't want him to go tell the cops.
It
But
seemed like they outed themselves to their family about like what happened. Like
oh, what the heck? Why would they get mad about that? Now that I don't
I
understand.
maybe
I
they
would
just see
maybe
their
understand if it was like going to the cops because then it maybe makes a whole family complication. But even then, I don't think they should fully stop talking to him because of that. So,
yeah
like, it's pretty fucked up. His older sister, sexually abused him or whatever it was. But
yeah.
yeah, and yeah, I'm assuming he's a guy. Like, I'm thinking he's a guy in my head. Are you
Yeah,
thinking he's a guy?
it's a guy. It's got to be a guy, right?
Okay.
I mean, they have kids. They have kids. There you go.
Yeah, yes, they have kids. So, um, I don't know. I think it's stupid. The whole like when people think like, oh, if a girl rapes a guy, it's okay, but then if a guy does do a girl, it's not okay. I mean, it is not okay, but I'm saying either way, they're both equally not okay, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't think
I
you should
agree.
excuse one because of a gender, you know. And that's really what it seems like to me. Like his family must have like made that assumption that oh, it's okay. Um, because like I don't even know why they'd get mad because they were told. Like if I was a parent, I would want to know if my elder daughter was like touching my little boy or whatever, dude. Like
Yeah.
I don't know that, you know? I don't know. I wouldn't get pissed at him. Like I would guess this is how he even got PTSD. I'm sure other shit happened that he didn't want to share, but that itself would cause PTSD for someone, right? Like
Yeah.
fucking having that shit happen to you, and then when you go to your parents as like a support system, they like they're not supporting you. They fucking
Hmm.
cut contact on you. That would mentally damage anybody because
Yeah.
most people's idol is their own parents when they're a kid. So I would recommend him to definitely get out of the relationship. And the friend he was that he was trying to say like he was talking about, maybe try to see if they would help you out, you know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
until you can get back on your feet. That's what I would suggest. Because if you have no friends and you're living like are they living together or is he living with his girlfriend?
It seemed I don't know their situation is like so
Because like it
strange.
depends on the house too. Like if it's her house, then that makes it more complicated too because then he won't have a place to live.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he doesn't want to kick her to the curb either. But
Hmm.
maybe if she has a relationship with her parents, she could go to her parents as well. But
Yeah.
overall, yeah, I don't think he's the asshole. He did nothing wrong.
Yeah. I agree.
So, all right, moving on to this one. Am I the asshole for kink shaming my mom?
Um. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
I, I I really think it needs context to be honest. I really don't think I can figure it out based on that. I would
Yeah.
say yes though. I would
Yeah.
say
We don't kink
yes.
shame here.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say yes, but I need context. Just off the title, I would say yes though.
Yes.
All right, so let's get into it. I'm not gonna pull the "it's not what it sounds like" card. This is exactly what it says in the on the tin. I personally think I was justified in doing so, but I'm willing to hear people out if I wasn't. My
Yeah.
mom, 55 female, has this pretty necklace that she wears all the time. I, 20 female, would always admire it when I was a kid. Nobody else had a necklace like it. It's metal and wraps around her neck like a ring. So like a choker? Probably, I don't
I
know.
guess. Yeah.
If it wraps around her neck like a ring, right? It's tight. So I'd assume like a choker.
Hmm.
Um, she never took it off and always told me that it was a gift from my dad whenever I was asked about it. This is probably part of the kink, bro, this necklace. All right, so last week she sat me down and told me something. She told me that she's in a Oh my god. Dude, they need to put more context for this because, like, why did this even happen? Last week, she sat me down to tell me something. She told me that she is in a 24/7 BDSM relationship with my dad. The necklace is not really a necklace, but a fucking collar that he has the key to. I couldn't handle
What?
it. This necklace that I always loved as a kid is actually for her kink that she was shoving in my face for my entire life. Now I'm rethinking all of her behaviors and all of the ways that she got me involved in her goddamn kink. I told her that she was disgusting and stormed out. Now she's blowing up my phone, accusing me of being prude and a kink shamer. My dad's getting in on it too, and swearing this shit is healthy. I just don't know what to do. Currently, I can't even think of forgiving her for telling me this. So Reddit, am I the asshole? And then there's an edit here. Edit for info. Yeah, we really need more info. So While she never did anything directly sexual around me, I've learned that kink isn't inherently sexual to a lot of BDSM people. So, excuse me. So things like her opening the door for my dad and giving him a back massage is actually just her kink. She calls him sir. Okay. Also, I'm asexual. Also, I'm asexual and sex repulsed, and she knows this. One more edit because people are rightfully asking how it came up into this conversation. I literally just complimented her necklace and told her how much it meant to me. That's partially why I was so heartbroken to hear about its origin. I apologize for being so angry in the comments, but this has admittedly been traumatizing for me. A lot about my childhood is coming to light. And then final update. Things are coming to light that I've never thought about before. Repressed memories I didn't want to think about. They would never control their volume. I thought they were fighting. My dad called my mom dirty, awful names. She would kneel down and shine his shoes every day, kissing his feet. I thought this was normal. When, that's fucking wild. Oh my god. When my parents weren't having sex, they were fighting, or were they still having sex? I can't even tell anymore. My dad told me told me that he had needs, and my mom needed to meet them. The thought of being controlled by something so violent made me want to puke. I think that's what made me sex repulsed. To everyone in the kink community who found this post, kink is not non-sexual. Stop using weddings as an excuse to shove your kink into the faces of non-consenting people. You never know what they've been through. To all of the people telling me to grow up talking about sex is normal, I am traumatized and you're seriously not helping. Goodbye. Um, I would
I
say her mom's the asshole, bro. What?
No, I still
Okay,
think that
no, I would
she
say they're not the
is.
asshole. I would say they're not
Yeah.
the asshole.
No, I
You think
think
they're the asshole still?
yeah, I still think they are. I mean, like, for starters, like, I don't know. She obviously has trauma from this, and I don't blame her for this. But at the same time, she's like completely downgrading their parents' feelings. Like at the same time, like it's really bad that um like they've been fighting their whole life and they're like too open, I guess. But at the same time, like I don't know, I feel like she brought unnecessary kind of tension to this unnecessary situation. I don't know. It's a lot of wrongs on all fronts. I think everybody's the asshole, not to mention in this situation.
The reason I think she's not the asshole is because not from the original story, I would say she's the asshole, but the bonus information I would say she's not. And that's
Mm-hmm.
because her mom knows like she's sexually repulsed and she's asexual. So she sexually repulsed. Her mom knows this, and she still decided to tell her that this necklace that she cherished is actually just a kink device.
Yeah.
I think that reaction is fair. If there's something I cherished, um, and I found out like it was a fucking like butt plug or something, dude, I'd be fucking freaked out too.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I
No,
don't
that's
know.
fair. Yeah.
I feel like I would freak out in the same situation because also I wouldn't want to hear about that from my mom. You know, like yeah, me and your dad, you know, we're kinky. You remember when I would kiss his boots? I don't know, dude. Like that's some crazy shit. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be fucking uncomfortable though from hearing that from my parents, bro. Like I don't know. And I do think she probably overreacted, but I don't think I think there's yeah, like you said, there's wrongs on both sides. There's definitely wrongs on both sides.
Yeah.
I don't know. I personally lean more not the asshole though. I think the mom shouldn't have even told her about the kink shit. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. No, I agree.
All right.
All right. Let's see
Got
here.
got another one.
Yeah. You ready? This is my last one. You ready for it?
Yes, sir.
So, for starters, this one was made 9 months ago, and it's also posted on the Charlotte Dobre YouTube subreddit. Again, like this is the second one from here. It seems like they have some decently long ones. This one's not too long, but it's not bad.
I just found one that's really fucking long.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Anyways,
What was the title for it? You
Mine
said.
is, am I the asshole for slapping my grandpa?
My cousin's done this before.
Yeah?
My cousin,
Which,
not my grandpa, but my father. One of my cousins slapped my dad, and I do think I think he was an asshole for it, to be honest. But
fair.
yeah, I would say yes, just off the
Okay.
title, yes. I guess there is definitely context needed though, like depending on what happened. But
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they're a asshole just simply off the title, but I guess we'll see.
yep.
So, I, 13 female, went to a family wedding recently with my mom, dad, and my 9-year-old sister. My mom and her dad, my grandpa, have never really had a great relationship. She always says he was controlling and cold when she was growing up. So, they don't see each other much. Anyway, my mom or me, my sister and were bridesmaids. Wait, anyway, me and my sister were bridesmaids, and we both wore short dresses and showed our shoulders. The bride picked them. It wasn't anything inappropriate. It was literally just a normal wedding dress code. At the reception, my grandpa started making weird comments. At first, he said, "Girls shouldn't wear a dress like that," and kind of glared at us. Then later, when I was walking by, he said something about me looking like I was asking for trouble, which that really creeped me out. I tried to ignore him, but then he put his hand on my shoulder and leaned in closer to whisper something about how young girls need to be careful with their bodies.
Matthew,
Wow.
give us the whisper.
Wait, let me see here.
Like grab her shoulder.
Young girls need to be careful with their bodies. God, I hate that. That makes me feel gross. I'm gonna throw up now. I froze up, but my sister saw and came over. Grandpa laughed like it was a joke. Uh, I just, uh, I just slapped. I slapped him across the face. Everyone at the table gasped, and my mom immediately dragged me outside. My grandpa acted super offended, saying I disrespected and assaulted an old man. My mom
Sounds like a
wasn't even mad
pedophile
at
to me,
me.
bro. Sounds like he's a
Yeah.
young
My mom
girls shouldn't be wearing that slutty shit like you. You're gonna get me a boner.
You better be careful.
Yeah, you better be careful around old men like me wearing
Daddy's
stuff like that.
angry. Anyways, my mom wasn't even mad at me. She just looked tired and said, "That's my dad for you." But now other relatives are saying I was out of line for hitting an 80-year-old man that should have just
God.
told an adult. I feel weird because I know I shouldn't hit people, but I also felt really grossed out and uncomfortable, and it was like my body reacted before my brain did. So, am I the asshole? They also put edit. So this was 8 years ago. I'm a 20-year-old female now. Sorry for bad English. English is my second language, and this wasn't the first time any something like this happened. When I was about 6, he started giving me kisses on the cheeks and I told him to stop, and he didn't after that, and I never saw him until the wedding. For starters, I think she has really, really good English, especially all the punctualization. She did really good with this. But anyways, I don't think she's the asshole after don't look at me like that. Like, I'm not sure.
I was
They
holding that face.
slapped an 80-year-old man.
I was holding
Oh
that face for as
no.
long as I could. So yeah, go ahead and you talk about what you think first.
Yeah, no, I don't think any older person should ever look at a younger kid like that and say that. And I think he is undoubtedly, most certainly, without a doubt, an asshole. I think they are an asshole, not the person that wrote this. I think the grandpa's the asshole. She was 13. They should have not been sexualized by an 80-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
They almost
For
got
sure.
fucking four times, not even more, the length of age on them. So
Do you think it
that's
warranted a
fucked.
slap?
Uh huh.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so I also think she's not an asshole for slapping him. Um, Obviously, like, respecting your elders is good and all, but if they're saying pedophilic comments to you, I think that warrants a slap because you're offended. She didn't like punch him, like beat him to death or anything. She slapped him.
Yeah.
Slapping is doesn't like fucking kill you. It doesn't break bones really.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Mm-hmm. You still
I,
can't go
I
be a pedophile.
yeah, it was just really creepy. Him saying like commenting on her outfit and the whole whisper sent chills down my spine, dude. Like
Oh yeah.
this guy must have you must have experience at
Yeah.
this point because I mean it's one thing to say it you could say the same thing two different ways and one way would be a lot less creepy. You could just say like you're wearing something that's too revealing, and then you could say you got to be careful wearing that.
Yeah.
W- you know, it's it just sounded really creepy how he did it. I don't know exactly. I don't remember what he said exactly. It was like little girls got to be careful wearing stuff like that, or
Yeah.
something like I don't know along those lines. And him whispering that too was just creepy.
Yeah. No.
But I think it warrants a slap. If that's like his humor or whatever, like whatever. I mean that that doesn't excuse it, by the way,
No.
um, at all. It still warrants a slap.
Mm,
So yeah,
yeah.
yeah, definitely. All right. Am I the asshole for sleeping with my sister's husband?
Yeah. I think. I mean, just from the first sound of it, I think you are. Yeah.
Dude, I'd say no.
Yeah. What do you say? No.
Cause, dude, like his sister's husband, he made the first move, so it wasn't her fault.
You know that? Like for certain?
No,
You know that?
no,
Okay. I
no.
know.
I'm joking. She's definitely the asshole. Even if you made the first move, agreeing to sleep with your sister's husband, even if he makes the first move, that is fucked up because it's your sister.
Yeah. No,
Sleeping
I
with
agree.
anyone's husband, actually, not even if it was your sister. If you
Hmm.
know someone is married, fucking not available, dude. Not available, dude.
Yeah. Checking out.
So this is not the original post. This is someone who reposted it, is what they're saying. So there's a trigger warning. So if anyone, I mean, we've already covered some really vulgar shit, but I guess if you guys want to know, there's a trigger warning for infidelity, sex under the influence of alcohol, and betrayal. Okay, so we got that out of the way.
Alrighty.
So there's this is a long one, Matthew. We're in the fucking long haul. So the first
Oh,
post
great.
was on um, April the 2nd, 2024, and it's called "Am I the asshole for sleeping with my sister's husband?" So I, 29 female, find myself in a complicated and difficult situation that has strained my relationship with my 31-year-old female sister. I recently slept with her husband, and now she refuses to speak with me. However, I genuinely believe that I am not solely to blame for the fallouts, and I need an impartial judgment on whether I am the asshole in this scenario. Prior to the incident, I noticed some questionable behavior from my brother in law, who's 33 years old, towards me. Feeling concerned about my sister's well being, I decided to address the issue with her. Wait, how old is she again? So she's 29, and her brother's 33, and her sister's 31. Okay, her brother in law. All right, so she went to her sister about this behavior with her brother in law. Then,
Mm-hmm.
feeling concerned about my sister's well being, I decided to address the issue about with her. However, she dismissed my concerns, leaving me unsure of how to proceed. My sister works as a flight attendant and is gone more than she is at home. My BIL recently lost his job. Do you know what that means?
Brother-in-law.
Brother in law, okay. My brother in law recently lost his job and was feeling depressed. During one of her frequent absences. Oh, wait, brother in law. That's the husband, right? I just
Yep.
connected those
This is the one
dots.
that they freaked. Yeah.
Okay, I just connected the dots. I totally forgot. Like, it would be his brother in law, her brother in law. So the brother in law lost his job. He's feeling depressed, and he was making moves towards her. So that's what we know so far. During one of her frequent absences from home, she asked me to keep her cousin company.
Okay.
Okay, that's weird. To start off. Can you keep my husband company?
He gets a little lonely.
He gets a little horny while I'm gone.
We need some help.
Yeah. She trusted me, and I didn't believe the warnings that I gave her before about his behavior towards me. Especially if you know, like, if your sister tells you, like, hey, your husband is making moves on me, and you don't believe them, and then you invite them over while you're gone, like, dude, what? Like, why are you
Yeah.
doing this? All right, so she trusted me and didn't believe me about the warnings, but I saw this as an opportunity to support their marriage and help them rebuild their connection. Okay. Unfortunately, as we spent more time together, our bond deepened, and we eventually crossed a line that should never be crossed. Oh no!
Oh.
We had both been drinking, and he was complaining to me about the troubles in their marriage and how he hasn't been for a while. He was crying, and I decided to comfort him. One thing led to another, and we did the unthinkable. I woke up realizing the nature of what I did, and immediately realized the nature of what happened. The unthinkable is sex, by the way. In case you,
Really?
dude, I
No
don't know.
way.
It could have been murder. You know,
I
unthinkable things
I
are could be a
killed
lot of
them.
things. I killed him. He was crying, and I killed him.
You
We
dare?
both. What were you saying?
I said you dare.
You sounded like Conquest there.
Stand ready for my arrival. Sorry. Go ahead.
That was really good. Okay, we both were so intoxicated that we stupidly ended up falling asleep. Awoke to my sister screaming and hitting the both of us, screaming, "How could you do this to me? We're sisters. I trusted you." She couldn't even give me a chance to explain and kicked me out of the house. Well, sister, I've been bonding with your husband for the last couple of weeks, and we got drunk and had sex. That's what happened. How are
Yeah.
you explaining this? What? Now my sister refuses to talk to me. She's filed for divorce. Our parents are siding with her, saying that I violated every family moral. However, I believe that there are multiple factors to play here, and I am not the only one responsible for the breakdown of their marriage. I mean, yeah, but you're still the
Obviously, yeah.
asshole. But anyways, while I acknowledge my mistake, I also question why my sister failed to address the issues in her relationship and why she left her husband in my care without setting clear boundaries. I do feel a sense of guilt and remorse for my actions, but I also recognize that my sister and her husband had their fair share of problems. It's unfair to place all the blame on me when there were underlying issues that existed long before our involvement. That being said, I understand my sister's anger and hurt. I'm willing to accept responsibility for my actions and make amends, but I also believe that it is crucial for her to acknowledge her role in this situation. Rebuilding trust and repairing our relationship will require open and honest communication from both parties. In sharing my story, I hope for an unbiased judgment and guidance on how to navigate through this difficult situation. So, am I the asshole for sleeping with my sister's husband? Edit. Screenshots of my last conversation with her before she blocked my profile. Update on the same post, but she made a separate post later the same day. Okay, so she made another post later on the same day she made the first post, which I just read. So that post says, "Okay, guys, I get it. You guys have ripped me apart in the comments, and yeah, I admit it. I messed up. After deeply reflecting on my actions and seeking advice from others, I've come to realize the extent of the hurt and damage I've caused to my sister. I genuinely regret my behavior and am now fully aware that I was in the wrong. There's no excuse for what I did, and I think I was trying to excuse my actions because of the thought of it all was just too painful. Last night, after reading comments, I mustered up the courage to reach out and apologize to my sister. Unfortunately, despite my sincere efforts, she has not only refused to talk to me, but also has blocked me from all forms of communication. All right, so this is all like her response, but before I even read this, Matthew, what do you
Hmm.
think? Do you think she's the asshole still after we read the
Yes.
first post?
Yeah, undoubtedly. Definitely still the asshole.
Okay, well, what about the underlying problems in their marriage?
Um, I mean, I, there is underlying problems, but either way, she shouldn't have slept with her husband.
Well, what about her sister not setting boundaries and
I,
ignoring the warnings
I
about
don't
her
think
husband coming on to
there
her?
is no excuses to.
I know these are her excuses. I'm just bringing up
She's
these
got
problems.
really bad excuses, dude.
Yeah, and then she
Yeah, she
said
didn't set
like,
any boundaries with me fucking her husband. Yeah,
she
like
didn't tell me I couldn't
that
fuck her husband.
that was not explicitly stated in the rules,
Yes,
okay?
I didn't know I couldn't fuck her husband.
It's not my fault.
She never said I can't fuck her husband. She invited me to come hang out with him. Like
She said,
what?
"Don't drink the wine, don't eat my food." That's it. She didn't say, "Don't fuck my husband."
Yeah. I didn't know she'd be upset when she saw me and her husband in bed together.
Yeah. I think that's obvious.
Dude, yeah, I agree 100%. She is the asshole. It is an unspoken rule. Never sleep with someone married, especially if it's your siblings, significant other.
Hmm.
However, if he had filed for divorce and they were no longer together, then I would think it's okay. But if he was still like currently with the sister and you did that, like, yeah, no, that's bad.
Yeah.
Like, them coming together and forming a bond, like, yeah, that's a dick move to do because it's your sister, but that's like they had problems that they didn't sort out or whatever, I guess. So
Yeah.
if he actually wanted to be with her, he should have left the sister and went to her, is what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Instead of sleeping with them while they're still together, it's a
Yeah.
move. So yeah,
Massive dick.
yep. But to continue her fucking rant, dude, holy shit. The fact that my sister has taken such measures is deeply unsettling to me because her sister like blocked her or something. I yearn for her
Yeah.
forgiveness and genuinely want her back in my life. Matthew, what would you if you had a sibling, I guess, and they fucked your wife, would you forgive them?
No.
Me either. To be
Yeah, I
fair.
don't. Yeah, no.
However, I understand that I cannot force her to reconcile or forgive me on my terms. I think I would eventually, but it would take a long time.
Yeah. A lot
I
of
have,
convincing.
yeah, like if they convince me they changed and they actually regret it, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah.
I have sought advice from friends and family on how to navigate this situation, but it seems like the best course of action to respect her boundaries and give her space. Yeah, that's what I would say. Definitely give her time. Don't
Hmm.
just assume she's gonna forgive you immediately. It's gonna take a lot of time before she can trust you again. I have continued to reflect on my actions and have sought therapy. That's the first step, therapy for sure, to address the underlying issues that led to my hurtful behavior. I found some online and plan on calling soon to get started up to help figure out the root for my behavior. I'm committed to personal growth and becoming a better person, regardless of whether or not my sister chooses to reconnect with me. But I will never give up on trying. That's good. I've also reached out to mutual friends and family members, hoping they might act as intermediaries or offer support in bridging the gap between us. However, I understand that they too must respect my sister's boundaries and not get involved in our personal disputes. My ex, brother in law, has refused to pick up any of my phone calls through all of this. I heard from my mother that he told her I initiated the entire thing and got him drunk, then forced myself onto him, which is the furthest thing from the truth. I can't believe he'd throw me under the bus after I was there for him for so long. Guess I really look like the fool, huh? The pain of not being able to communicate with my sister is devastating, but I am determined to learn from my mistakes and make amends in any way possible. I will continue to work on myself and strive to become someone who deserves her forgiveness, even if it takes a significant amount of time. To say that the past few months has been insane is an understatement. I feel like my entire world is caved in. While I hold on to the hope that one day my sister will be willing to reopen the lines of communication, I also acknowledge the possibility that she will never speak to me again. Regardless, I will continue to learn. Dude, she's saying the same thing over and over. Oh, I hope my
Yeah.
sister forgives me, but I'll accept if she
Please.
doesn't. But I also hope that she'll forgive me someday, but also she might not. God damn. Well, you want to hear some interesting comments, I guess, that
Sure,
people said
yeah.
about it? Your logic is their relationship was already falling apart or it was already failing, so your sister should take responsibility. Let me ask you a question using your own logic. Let's say your car is older and needs some work done. If I come up and steal your car, GTA. this is a, dude. This is a metaphor I would think of, bro. This is a crazy metaphor.
Yeah.
I steal your car GTA style and I total it. Would you be at fault for the crash because the car was already failing? Or would it be me because I'm the one who took it and couldn't control the car and crashed? See how dumb that sounds? If it was failing, then your job was to help your sister get through this and guide her towards counseling or a divorce. Yep. Instead, you
Hmm.
guided your way into his pants. Dude, this guy. I think it's
The
more
go.
to the story, and the more to the stories, you had feelings for him, for Bill, brother-in-law, for Bill, for a while, and this drunk behavior made you act on it. You give off golden child energy in which you've rarely been held accountable. Oh, and if my comment wasn't clear enough, you're the asshole. Um, OOP. I understand what you're saying. It makes sense. Okay. I don't even know what OOP means. Other post.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Oop. Oop.
Oop. Hmm.
Uh. Okay. Well, I guess there's an update here too
Oh.
from the next month or May 2nd that same year. Do you want to know the last update? Before
Sure.
that, there was just a lot of people like in the comments like talking shit. I guess I don't know. Wow, you guys are ruthless. I fully see that I was in the wrong and my behavior is inexcusable. I do not deserve to have her as a sister, and I'm literally a piece of crap. Now she's playing the victim, dude. Dude, I fucking hate this person. I don't hate them, but I very much dislike this person.
Yeah.
There's not a single insult you guys can give me that I haven't already given myself. Because, dude, even if like I don't know why she would even make another post because that just if she was getting trolled on the internet per se, you acknowledging it makes them want to do it more. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
Surprisingly, my sister unblocks me, expressing her desire for closure and personal healing. It seems that she has reached to a point where she needs to address the past in order to move forward, but she has made it clear that she doesn't wish to continue our relationship. Fair enough, honestly, fair
Hmm.
enough. We had an open and honest discussion about the pain and hurt that had accumulated over time. It was an emotional and challenging conversation, but one that allowed us to express our feelings and seek some form of closure. During our conversation, my sister made it clear that she has made the difficult decision to no longer have a relationship with me. She explained that she needs to focus on her own healing and well being. That makes sense. And believes that maintaining a relationship with me would hinder that process. It was a heartbreaking realization for me to accept, but I understand and respect her choice. And I'm sure when the sister makes like gets through the process and like gets healed and whatnot, I'm sure she will like reach out to her sister
Yeah.
eventually. You know?
It'll just take time.
Yeah, she just needs to work on herself. Obviously, you don't want to see the person who slept with your husband,
No.
for a long time until you get over the whole thing, you know?
Yeah.
In our conversation, I took the opportunity to sincerely apologize for any pain I've caused her. I acknowledged my past mistakes, and expressed deep regret for my actions. While I had hoped for a different outcome, I understand that my sister's healing journey is her own to navigate, and it may not involve me. Moving forward, I will continue to reflect on the lessons learned from this experience. Dude, this sounds like AI, bro. I know it's not
Yeah,
though, because it
dude.
was in
They're just
2024. But
fucking
holy
yapping at
shit,
this point. Holy shit.
it sounds like one of those fucking insincere fucking YouTube apologies, dude. Like
Hmm.
the whole like James Charles fucking debacle that went down. Like holy shit. fucking buzzwords. Oh, I'm sorry. Blah 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 blah. What else? Is there anything else here? Oh, I hope my sister. I know my sister doesn't want to have a relationship with me. Blah blah blah. Not gonna repeat the mistakes from the past. It's taught her about empathy and boundaries. Okay, whatever. Okay.
Hmm. Yep. I mean, they're the asshole.
Yeah, she's
They
the asshole, and
rambled.
she's a fucking yapper on top of that, dude. Like, she's also the asshole because she thinks her sister would just forgive her, like automatically, like the
Yeah.
next day, like okay, we can go hang out. Like, I don't know why she thought it'd be okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. But
Yep.
yeah, dude, that took 15 minutes to talk about because we're at 2 hours now. But
Well, yeah.
yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree. I think me and Matthew only disagreed on the kink one out of all of them.
Yeah.
And
Even then, it was kind of
it
like
was
I don't know.
iffy. It was
Yeah.
iffy. So let us know who you think the asshole was for any of them that you either agree or disagree with us on. And hopefully you enjoyed. Maybe in the future we'll do another one. Um, we'll probably actually go and look out some interesting ones that we go and find ourselves. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you had a couple laughs. It was fun. And yeah, that's about it. We'll
Hmm.
see you guys next week.
Bye bye.